Hey, you know what? If I unmute the microphone, there we go. I hope you can hear me now. Sorry about that, everybody. I just had to unmute the microphone. What I was saying is that I am um, ex extemporaneizing this morning because my lovely co-host is running a couple of minutes late. I will add her here as soon as she shows up. Good morning. It was very profound, Lefty. Yes. Uh, uh, yeah, I'm here in the chat, and uh, anywho, Dana is on her way. I'm sure she's doing something extemporizing. Thank you, Lefty. Impromptuing. 1 minute daily boost. Thank you. Yes, that's indeed what it was. Look at the funny colors in my mustache. I was taking this stuff, that Nutrafol hair, whoosy what's it? I was taking that and I was using this shampoo that is supposed to return color to your hair. And the only part it worked on is this part of my mustache, and now it's growing out. But now I've started taking it again, so we'll see if I end up zebra striped, which would not be surprising, just considering the way things are going. We've got we've got a lovely topic for you this morning. We are spilling the tea on our relationships, on love lost in 2025. So, if that sounds excruciatingly boring to you, fair warning. You've been notified. Oh, Kat, yeah, you're using that silver enhancing shampoo that is actually purple. Yeah, so that stuff, yeah, it's supposed to like kill all the brassy yellow highlights. I used kind of an off um I used one of the off-brand versions of that, and it like actually tinted my gray purple, or like slightly blue. So I was a like blue-haired old lady for a day. And now in my agedness, I understand what that where that phrase came from and what it means. Yeah. So I'm you guys are super chatty this morning, which I absolutely fucking love. So I'm resizing my screen so I can follow along better. Um, and I'm checking to see if my co-host is here. Nope, not yet. I think I get a little noise in the background when she joins. So I'll pay attention that way. Yeah, so I'm gonna drink my coffee and good morning, everybody. Kat, you used it on your dog. Nice. Oh my God, that's funny. Um, so yeah, we're spilling the tea this morning. We were trying to figure out what we would talk about since we had an impromptu, speaking of impromptu, besties day yesterday. Um, so we decided last night that we would talk about the loves that we lost in 2025 because both Thane and I had pretty big heartbreak. Mine Mine is pretty recent, and Dana's is a little less fresh, but I know she still feels it. And I don't know about y'all, but being at like this life stage, being mid 50s and single and kind of looking for love in all the wrong places, um, we're both definitely feeling it, and I think that maybe that's true for some of you out there in the audience as well. So we just kind of thought we'd talk about it and be real. And oh God, neurodivergent. I'm so sorry. Not lost love, but my best bud died in July. This year's been hard. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I'm so sorry. And Lefty, what did you say? I have no love lost except my love for 77 million of my fellow Americans. Yeah, exactly. Like I don't know. Yeah, Dr. Hull, more in real life connection, less swiping for sure. I know that we're not I mean, I feel like we're doing in real life connection here. I know we're not, that it's all through a screen and these parasocial relationships, but I'm trying to explain to people, like, I feel like I've got a great crew of friends that I talk to every morning at 10 o'clock, and it feels real. I know that we aren't actually hanging out having coffee together, but it it feels like a an actual set of friendships with real people who I feel like I know details of your lives because y'all are so open and honest and share so much here. So, you know, maybe it's not true IRL, but at least I feel like we're building some kind of little community here. And it does, Courtney, feel like hanging out in a cafe with friends, for sure. Oh, God, Diane. Last year, my ex was getting together with his ex, hiding it, and then gaslit me. That does sound like it would be awful. Yeah, I'm really truly sorry about that. Um, so, uh, oh, hey, look who joined us. Ms. Dubois is here. There she is. Hello, friend. Oh, yep. Dana, I was muted when I started. It took me like a good 2 minutes to figure it out. So,
Oh my God. I was not muted. My sound was, my Bluetooth was still on, so the headset upstairs was stealing all the sound. Lawrence, I'm so sorry I'm late. Um, that's the first that I was just like, I cannot get out of bed.
I was gonna say there better be a good explanation, Missy, but
Um,
whatever. You're
art
here now. Who cares?
art portfolio in last night. That's the
Oh,
explanation. So.
gosh. Okay, that's a big deal.
Yeah, well, at least to one school. But it's been 2 nights in a row actually of like helping my kids with their art. My youngest for a high school art competition 2 nights ago, and last night with my eldest finally finishing our portfolio.
Ooh,
Yeah, well,
finally.
for one particular school, the deadline for early admissions was yesterday, and I was like, "You have to get this in. You have to get this in. You're too close. Just you're
Seriously,
standing
kid,
up."
I'm not kidding. You have to get this in for the love of God.
Yeah, it's so funny how sorry, I'm pouring oat milk into my teas.
Yes. You're
um,
getting lovely compliments.
yeah,
So Melissa says, Dana looks so pretty. How? It's like 7 a.m. where she is, right?
thank you. You're so sweet. It is 7 a.m. and this is why I needed an extra 5 to 10 minutes because I was like, I can't run on camera with like hair unbrushed, no makeup on, because especially this episode, Lawrence.
Right. I was just explaining to the crew that we are spilling the tea on our Loves Lost in 2025 and bracing people, warning them. I was like, if this isn't going to be your cup of tea, if talking about lost love is going to be triggering, then oops.
Yeah, Lawrence, it's fuck. That's all I have to say. This is going to be really interesting because I feel like, this whole show is about us opening up our friendship to the world. Anyone
Yeah,
who wants to come join us in our daily calls, here we are. But there's stuff we don't quite talk about on air.
true.
And I feel like we're going to get into some of that today. Things that are like, ooh, if they're boating, we're like, no, it's boating now. If I may bastardize German, we're going to get into it. So here's
Yeah.
hoping it's cathartic.
I'm hoping it's cathartic. So part of what inspired this is yesterday I did that thing where I wrote the letter to my now ex that
Oh,
I
oh yeah.
probably am never going to send, but that was
Mm-hmm.
finally like um saying all of the things so that I could at least like get it down into words and out of my system. And I don't think I'm gonna share it. I'm not gonna read it because there's way too much personal detail in there, but
Right.
it felt good to write it. I think it's actually quite good. I think I'm an okay writer, and so there were some
Nice.
nice turns of phrase in there that I was like, oh, god damn.
Lawrence, if I can say anything at all about you, which I can say a million things, anything you write is going to be beautiful. I mean, let's just say that right now. And
Well,
something
thank
that's
you.
that personal and heartfelt might be raw. It might not be ready for like narrative arc consumption on the internet, but I'm sure it's absolutely gorgeous writing.
Well, thank you.
So
It was um it came straight from the heart.
yeah,
Why is everything triggering like 80s song lyrics?
straight from the heart. Are you going full Brian Adams? Is that what that was?
Yeah, maybe Brian Adams. I don't know. I feel
Maybe
like there
we
was like
can
a
make another start. You know, I'll never
oh yeah,
go
no, it wasn't that one. It was
long as I
like
know.
B-side Bonnie Tyler, I think.
Ooh, I don't know B-side Bonnie Tyler. I only know A-side, like two songs by Bonnie Tyler.
Yeah.
It's a heartache.
Yeah, no, not that one either.
Nothing, but it's fitting.
So here's the deal.
Yeah.
I broke up with my boyfriend that I have been seeing for 2 years, the better part of 2 years. A guy that I got together with kind of right after I split up with my soon to be ex-husband. Our divorce still hasn't gone through. How weird is that? It's like
Oh, that is weird.
been at the courts for months at this point. Anyway, um, and I knew that I probably shouldn't be in a relationship immediately after my marriage. But I had met this guy previously. Um, I don't know. Do I say names? You know what? I'm gonna call him Chad for these purposes.
Ooh, Chad. Okay,
Uh,
Chad it is.
yeah, I know you don't like that name. I think it's a kind of sexy name. You know,
Yeah. It's kind of
joke
a
all you
silly
want.
sounding name because it was the name of my first car. And then there was the whole hanging Chads thing.
Oh, I remember Chad the car for sure.
Yeah, my little blue
That was a
Datsun.
that was a good old car that got us many many interesting places.
It sure did. It sure did. Okay, so you and Chad meet
Yeah.
just
Um,
as you and your first husband or your soon to be ex-husband, also named Chad,
yeah, yes,
are,
confusingly,
are splitting up.
yeah, boyfriend and ex-husband had the same name. So yes, two Chads, uh, in fair Verona, alike in nature. Um, uh, yeah, so I met Chad, um,
Okay.
who was very tall. He was 6'5". We can call him Tall Chad,
Okay.
uh, or Seattle Chad because that's where he lives. Um, you know, we had met previously. We had hooked up before. We had a really intense sexual connection, but we also had a really strong emotional connection, and it wasn't like the physical connection wasn't just about sex. It was we were really like we our bodies fit really well together. We were really really comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
Um, and when he and I started seeing each other, it took us a while to kind of get to boyfriend and say dating and all those kinds of things. But we knew we were interested. We knew that kind of despite the distance and me moving to Fort Wayne, that we wanted to kind of continue to see each other, and we made it happen. He came out here a couple of times, and I went to Seattle a bunch. And
Which I benefited from immensely. So
yes,
yeah.
yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, I benefited from it because I love Seattle and I missed my friends there. And when we got together, he was very honest with me about the fact that he um, had a fuck buddy that he didn't want to cut things off with. That he'd been having sex with this guy for 5 years, and or I guess yeah, actually, I guess at the time that we met, it had been 4 or 5 years already. And the guy was married, and
To a woman.
to a woman, right? And Chad was bi. Like, he kind of advertised himself to me as bisexual, and he was just sort of figuring things out with guys, and he'd never dated a guy before, and he'd never kissed a guy until we kissed. And um so I was like, okay, well, this is hot and exciting, and it's also a little treacherous because he's new, like he
Right.
is kind of figuring things out. Um, but he insisted as we were getting together that like the fuck buddy was really just a fuck buddy, and they didn't kiss, there was no oral sex, it was really like literally just fucking. And Chad, for what it's worth, is a total top, right? Like he doesn't bottom, he only fucks. Which, for me, I was like, welcome.
Perfect. It must be, I mean, it's
Welcome to
always really
Fantasy
nice.
Island.
Yeah, it's really nice when you find someone where your yums align. But I would think in gay dating, that's especially so because
I mean,
that's sort of the first slice of it, isn't it? Like,
yeah, he was tall, he was sexy, he was really well endowed. He absolutely knew how to fuck, like volcano, as your friend Liz Fair would say. Um, and
my friend Liz Fair.
yeah,
Liz, if
and
you're
on
out there, call me.
right, hey Liz, on top of everything, like, and we just really got along super well, and we
Yeah.
had fun hanging out with each other, and we laughed, and there was a lot of vulnerability, and he paid attention, like he really paid attention to me and kind of what I was asking for and what I needed, and really perceptive, and and it was great, right? Like for a very long time, it was just it continued to get better and better. Every time we saw each other, we had amazing sex, and we felt very intimate. And you know I guess, kind of to cut to the chase, um, what happened recently is there was a situation where, um, so after 2 years of kind of developing this thing, we had a situation where he was going to, God, he was going to,
It's okay. It's okay, Lawrence. Can I jump in with one thing too?
yeah,
Um, and I think it's an important detail in terms of the story as it's going to go forward is that you guys were completely open. This was never a situation where you were sort of policing one another's extracurricular activities, so to speak. This was he
right,
was young and newly in this, and you, with the wisdom of your years and experience, were like, go forth. And we're not in the same city. We are completely open. I think that's relevant. I think it's also relevant, and maybe this is just me relating to too much, empathizing with one of the tangential characters in the story, but the fuck buddy's wife didn't know.
right,
I think that didn't know that her husband not only was having an extramarital affair, but with men, didn't know anything about it, as
correct,
far as you knew. I think these
yeah.
are really important details that I don't. Well, Kira, we're having an important conversation.
Kira, come on,
I may have to let her out here. Let's just be lo-fi. It's just you and me today. Let me just
yeah.
open the door to the backyard because I think that's what that bark means. Yep,
Lefty's asking how many times we saw each other over the 2 years.
quite a
Probably
few.
20, maybe somewhere between 15 and 20, between um, my trips there and his trips here, and times that we met up with each other elsewhere, like in Chicago and whatnot. Like it was enough, like every 6 to 8 weeks, I would say we were seeing each other. It was long distance, but it didn't feel long distance. We spoke every day.
Can I say, Lawrence, since I'm coining this nomenclature, or at least someone else coined it, and I'm trying to elevate it. He had very good between date, um,
Right.
between between
Between date
dates
behavior. Yeah.
behavior,
His between date
and
behavior was excellent. Like kind
yeah,
of better than anyone I had ever been with before. Like it
and your dates were
one
real far apart. That's all. Like you,
yeah, like it felt real, like it felt like we were in and we were in a real relationship. It did not, we talked about the future, we talked about,
yeah,
I'm not going to be in Fort Wayne forever. I'm kind of rebuilding, and I'm here for my mom, and like eventually, haha, maybe I'm moving back to Seattle or LA or Palm Springs or Puerto Vallarta, or, like the future is somewhere on the West Coast, and, at least in lots of our conversations with him. Um, and, so, it's a really good point. We were open. We were completely open. I knew that he was, that he wanted and kind of needed um, to explore. And in the gay community, we kind of often talk about guys who newly come out sort of go through a kid in the candy store phase where they
Right.
realize like I can have sex with men. And
Men
because
will
sex
fuck
with
all
men
the
is
time.
easy, I can have sex with as many men as many times as I want. Um, and so, yeah, I didn't police. Like
Yeah.
I've been in other open relationships. They haven't worked long term. I but in this case, we were really honest. We would tell each other about every encounter and experience that we had. The kind of rule was that we didn't need to ask permission, but that we did need to share details. And I know a lot of people are probably cringing. Sharing details was my requirement, and it was good for me because
Yeah.
I was the way that I managed my jealousy was by understanding exactly everything that happened, and it ended up being really hot, to be perfectly honest. We
I
had lots of phone sex, kind of, spurred by sharing the details of our other encounters.
I
I
love that.
get how that doesn't work for other people, but it worked for us. And ultimately, like that is not necessarily the thing that was our undoing.
No,
Um,
not at all. I mean, tangential to it, but um, I think in other circumstances, that could have gone on for a very long time. That as the best friend who's been around in
right.
these last
And
couple of years,
who
like,
has met Chad?
yes, several times. He's a lovely human, and there were never calls from you of like, I'm so worried he's off doing it. Like the um, I think in gayland that's sort of a norm at this point that like it may be unusual to meet completely monogamous
Yeah, I
couples.
mean,
You
I
can be
I will
very
say,
committed and be open.
being on the gay dating apps, like there, um, well, I mean, I suppose it makes sense. There's a certain self-selection. There's nobody on the gay dating apps that is in a monogamous relationship. If they're in a relationship, they're sort of in
Not
an
on my
open
books.
relationship. I suppose there could be people who are on the apps and who are saying they're single and discreet, but who are actually in a relationship. But um, uh, 1 minute daily boost is asking, it doesn't bother you to be that open. I mean, I don't know that open is my natural wiring. I think in relationship, I search for, I don't, it's a really hard question to answer because when I was younger, I absolutely was sort of Disney
Yeah.
programmed to long for a monogamous relationship. And if I'm being really honest with myself and with you guys, I know that I am happier in a long-term relationship that allows for some sexual freedom and exploration. My big preference is I want to do that as a team. I want to do
Hmm.
that with my partner. Like when we're together, I want to um, have sexual adventures together, and we did. We went to sex clubs together, and we had threesomes and foursomes together. We were sexually adventuresome together, and it felt great because it felt like I had a teammate. I don't know how this got programmed into me, but I'm really big on like my partner should be my teammate, right? Like you should,
No,
like your team, like it's the two of you against the world kind of thing.
yeah. You two had
Like
have a cute have. I'm not sure what verb tense to use there, but you had a very cute nickname. I don't know if you want to share it of your team.
right, we called it the wolf pack.
Yeah.
You know, and it was a wolf pack of two.
Yes.
And we kind of talked about the idea of like,
Maybe
hey,
one
maybe
day.
someday we meet another person or two who is full-fledged Wolfpack member, and that would be great. That would be okay.
And
Um,
did you think that, sorry, I let the dog out and I was just going to leave the door open for the show, but it's really freaking cold outside. So now that she's back in, I had to do that. Uh-oh. Are we still here?
yeah. Yeah, 1 minute daily boost saying you're not used to that level of security. Yeah, exactly. Like in previous relationships, I didn't have that level of security. And in this one, I did, right? Like in
Yeah.
this one, I 100% knew that Chad loved me, that we were a team, you know, that it was a partnership, that we, you know, wanted the same things.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
So let's talk about the incident and the sort of the the undoing and your response to it. And I'm gonna not prompt you. I guess I did just prompt you. Are
no,
you
prompt
ready
me
to move
because
into that
I'm
part?
feeling stuck as to how to like kind of segue into it, I suppose.
Yes. I would say, in my opinion, it's not really my story to tell, but as someone who's been witness to your life for a long time, there was a betrayal that, given everything we've talked about so far, I don't know that Chad understood to be the level of a betrayal at all, let alone the level of betrayal it was for you.
Yeah,
Is that a fair statement?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
How much do
So
you want to dig into the details of that?
I mean, okay, let's try this. Let's try it this way. So 2 weeks ago, I you know, was talking to Chad in the morning, like, you know, like
Like
I
always.
always did. Yeah, like always, like every day. And you know, you know, he told me that his fuck buddy had come over the night before, and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. You know, that's great. Glad you guys got to have some fun." And Chad said, "Yeah, and get this. Um Me and fuck buddy and his wife are going to a comedy show. This was a Wednesday. He was like, we're going to a thing on Friday, and she's finally ready to have a three-way."
Oh, finally, Lawrence. Finally, right?
And
Sorry, that was the I was just had a whole talk Sunday about how I don't like sarcasm, but
yeah,
it was appropriate there.
yeah, and I was like, you know, and so this had been mentioned previously, you know, like years ago, you know, back when we first met, you know, like, oh, haha, like, and maybe one day me and fuck buddy are gonna, and
Can I interject with one question too that I think is relevant to the story?
yeah,
And I'm leading because I know the answer. Have you met Fuck Buddy? Is Fuck Buddy up for contention into the Wolf Pack?
uh, I had never met him. Um, to be honest, like, here's the crazy thing: I had uh, Chad kept his identity secret for the first
Not
year
his,
that we,
not Chad's identity, but the Fuck Buddy's
yeah, yeah,
identity.
yeah, the fuck buddy's identity secret for the first year we were together, and then I figured out who fuck buddy was, um, and
I can see you choosing your words carefully.
I'm
I haven't.
really, really trying to choose
We
my
should
words carefully
we should
here.
have we should have perhaps rehearsed this part about, and I have a way to suggest saying it that I don't know if is okay. So I'm going to let you go first.
Let's just say, fuck buddy's wife was not unknown to me.
That's exactly how I was going to word it. A person who comes with gravitas in your life.
Right. A person who was sort of central to um, another betrayal, shall we say.
Yes, very well said.
And uh,
And all of
So
this is unbeknownst to everyone else. This is
right,
like
right.
the
This is
coincidence of all
yes, it
coincidences.
is like the coincidence of all coincidences. And
Ah,
I at the time that I kind of realized that I knew, yeah, sorry, Lefty Prof. I know this is confusing. So my boyfriend was Chad. Chad had a fuck buddy. Um, I don't know. We'll call him Brad.
and his wife's name is Rad.
Right. His wife's name is Amy, right? Um, and I knew Amy. I had met Amy previously in an absolutely, obviously different context.
Super unrelated way and a
Super
super
unrelated, but
bad
in
way.
which she was a key part of a betrayal of my trust. Uh, so Brad and Amy don't know this. I realize it, and oh right, no, it should have been Janet. You're right, neurodivergent hodgepodge.
Oh my gosh. Damn
Yeah,
it, Janet.
damn it, Janet. Okay, her name was Janet. Uh, uh, and so when Chad told me like, oh, like we're finally gonna do this three-way, I had this instant like I was furious. Well, I was heartbroken, and it made me feel disgusting. Like it was a gross concept. And mind you, straight people and women, it was not the concept that he was going to have sex with a woman. He'd had sex with a woman several weeks prior that like freaked me out a little, but like I was cool with it. It was not that he was going to hook up with a woman. It was
You
that
knew it was part of being with him was that that was going to happen. He was going to
right. I knew that
bisexual.
he was bi, like legit bi. Obviously kind of more into dudes and fucking dudes, but uh yeah, my inner soundtrack is now shifted to Rocky Horror as well, Courtney. um so he told me that, and I was like, and I had previously said to him, like I'm never gonna tell you what to do or who to be with, or and I meant it, right? But we hit that moment, and I was just like, there was this voice inside me that was like, I cannot do this.
Right. That
I
line can't be crossed.
I can't. I cannot do this. And it was this sense of revulsion, and you know apologies for being graphic, not that you expect anything less from me, but I like literally in my head saw him fucking her and thought, if he puts his dick in her, he can never put it in me again, like just cannot. And so I basically said, this is where I tap out. And he was shocked. He was like, are you kidding? Oh my God, why? And I was like, I am having a lot of feelings. I need to kind of think this through, but like, I just know that this is a line that I can't, like, this is a thing that I can't put up with.
Right.
And it was ultimately, so we got off the phone. He called me later and we kind of talked it through some more. And I was really, really clear that this was not a thing that could happen. And I said, like, I never wanted to be the person who, like, said, who said you could or couldn't do something, but like, I can't do that. Like, I can't be with you if you do this. And he was crying. He was like sobbing on his way, to drive to his parents' house. And he was like, I can't believe it. I can't believe I have to choose. And I was just like, um, I was very much like, I don't know if you've heard the Rush song Free Will, but if you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice.
Okay, but
Uh,
now say it again in Getty Lee's voice.
you still have made a choice.
Thank you. Much better.
Uh,
Caro
and
is in the chat is asking the question of, did you tell him about the mistrust
oh
of
yeah,
Janet?
absolutely. Like
He knew
he
all the
knew.
details.
Like And it, as much as Dana or Shar or any of my dear friends knew the gravity of that situation, absolutely he knew. Um,
And I will say, Lawrence, like that's a situation that I don't know that I could have lived with. That you knowing who this fuck buddy was married to and what a complicated and negative role she played in your life. that I don't know that I or most people could have managed that. The fact that you were like, this is an important person to you and I'm not going to get involved. Um, that was huge. So
yeah,
in case you're having doubts here along the way, you gave Chad a lot of room to be. The part of the story that always bothered me was that the Janet, the wife, had no idea all of this was going on, and knowing
right.
the risks that he was taking with her sexual health and just her emotional well-being, were she to find out that it was like the foundation of her life was built on a huge lie, if everything you knew about the situation was real.
Right, right. And and Chad had told me things about Brad that I was like, that dude is nuts. Like
That is not a good man.
good God, I can't believe that he's doing that. Um, so yeah, there was always sort of the like, this is gonna make me sound like an asshole, you guys, but maybe I am. Part of my okayness with everything was I was like, well, Janet had massively betrayed me, and was, a part of something horrible.
Right.
Um, it wasn't like I was getting revenge on her, but me kind of keeping the secret felt like, you know what? Not my job to notify. Um,
No, you're not a teacher in a public school.
right, right.
Kid.
I'm not a nurse, in a healthcare situation reporting abuse, right? Like it was,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. And Yanni said a couple wise things here. Yanni, earlier you said, quote, please don't make me choose equals, quote, I don't care about your boundaries. Yes. And Chad
yeah,
was
really
missing a fuck
smart.
ton of red flags, or at least didn't mind them. And yeah, exactly.
Can I also layer like a little bit of complexity into here? And I think you know what I'm about to say.
Oh, is it more complex?
Well, I was going to add a little more color to I'm pausing to get the fake names right. Chad's relationship with Brad.
Yeah.
Is it okay if I do that?
Yeah.
They weren't just fuck buddies where he'd show up every now and then. He, Chad, was a friend of that family,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
was at their home often.
Yes.
And that's the part that really makes it an immense betrayal. Like for years, they've known each other,
Yeah.
and for
Yeah.
years, like their kids know him.
Right.
So
Yes.
that
So
is, as I'm talking through the story out loud, Lauren's like, that's almost a bigger betrayal than that makes all of the betrayal like immensely weightier.
yeah. And and Brad, uh, the fuck
Right.
buddy, had a
Yeah.
key to Chad's apartment, right? Like, when I said that I talked to Chad and he was like, oh, you know, uh, me and Brad, fucked last night. It was because Chad came home from work and Brad was already in the apartment,
Right.
because he had a key, um, because he would have rendezvous in Chad's apartment while Chad was at work. Um,
The monogamous straight woman over here is
I
like
know, I know.
brain exploding, but okay, I get it. I'm with you. So the nuance of the betrayal, though, I think that's really the crux of the story, not the details. Put some color in about how entrenched Chad is in Brad and Janet's lives.
Right. So essentially we had this moment where I was like, if you aren't going to choose, then you're making me choose, like you,
Yeah.
like by default. And right. And Carrie says, please don't make me choose equals I'm not giving up my wants for you. I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah.
And yes, you know, what I said was, if you don't choose, you're making me choose. And it is, I don't need any time to think about it. I am choosing me.
Right.
I
It's a
cannot
hard
do
no.
this. This is the end. If you go through with this, we are done. And
And you know, Lawrence, I'm not usually a fan of ultimatums in relation like ultimate I'm not a fan, but ultimatums in relationships are hard, especially to give Chad an iota of like grace. He wasn't expecting this because you've always been cool. You've been like I think it's also relevant to mention that Chad is considerably younger than you are, and like you mentioned, just sort of getting his footing in the gay community.
right.
And you
He's
have been
20 years
like,
younger than me, but I
yeah,
mean, I'm 55. That means he's 35. He's a
yeah,
full grown human adult. Like, he's a grown
absolutely.
ass man.
He is a grown ass man, um, but he was not. I don't think he came to you with the story like, oh, Lawrence might not like this. This could be trouble for our relationship. I think he thought this was like every other, this was even a more exciting hookup because
Yeah,
something
no,
he's been really wanting to do. And
he
so
was
he came to
excited
you
to
like a
tell me about
puppy
it.
and
Yeah.
you swatted him down with a like, this is a relationship extinction event. And
Yes,
he
I
was not
love that
expecting it.
phrase. It was
Yes.
absolutely a relationship extinction event. And he did not get that. He was taken by
Mm-mm.
surprise. And, you know, I said, like, you know I never wanted to make you choose, but like, but this is a huge deal for me. If you do this, I can't, like, we're done. I choose me. Um, and, you know, he was weeping, you know, so this, you know, we have the initial conversation on Wednesday, and then Wednesday as he's driving to his parents, and then he says, I need more time to think. Then I talked to him on Thursday, and um, you know, he starts by like, he's crying, he's weeping, and, you know, saying like, thank you, I love you so much, and I, you know, you've made such a huge difference in my life, and, you know, you've, you know, made me a better man. And I was like, okay. I said,
If you were a better man, you'd make better
I mean, I
decisions.
didn't say that, but I should have. I was like,
Oh,
so are you going to fuck her? And he was like, I don't know. And then I was like, you do know. You know that you're going to, and you just don't want to tell me. And we are done. I was like, I need you to understand that I'm not objecting to this out of like some pettiness. I'm telling you that this repulses me. The idea that you would do this is literally turning my stomach and making me sick. And I want you to understand, if you put your dick in her, you will never, ever put it in me ever again. Ever.
yeah.
And he's like, but you know, at some point in the future, at some bear event, we could hook up. And I was like, not
Oh my
anymore.
God. You didn't tell me that part. That moment he pivoted to, we could hook up at a bear event.
In the future. I was like, not anymore. Not anymore.
We could hook up at a bear event.
Yeah.
That you didn't tell me that part, Lawrence.
Yeah.
Oh, I almost said his real name. I've been giving Chad a lot of grace. That comment is repulsive.
Yeah.
Still thinking with his dick first.
I mean, absolutely thinking with his dick first, right? And I mean, I'm a dude. I have many times in my life thought with my dick first. I get it. We do bad things when we think with our dick first.
Yeah.
But uh, you know, essentially, you know, what I said in that moment, you know, what he then said to me was like, hey, so sorry. What I said to him was, it is clear to me now that you are in a primary relationship. You are in a primary relationship with Brad, and Brad and Janet. And I am your
Sorry.
secondary relationship, and I will not be secondary. I will never. Like, we can be open. You can fuck pretty much whoever you want.
Just
It's
not
like,
her.
like the list of women in the world that you can't fuck, like probably like my family, the women
Right.
in my family, and
Maybe me
Dana, and like
too.
these two women who were involved in this massive betrayal. And I'm so sorry for you that that happens to be the person that you know through your fuck buddy, but like, but no, absolutely not. And that you are clearly in a primary relationship with them, and um, and I will not be secondary. And he,
Nor should you be.
right, thank you. And he said, I'm gonna miss you so much. Can we still be friends? And I was like, no. I was like, why? So I
Um,
can
hear about your
hear about the
escapades.
exploits of the person who didn't put me first? Absolutely not.
That was beautifully stated. So I can hear about the exploits of the person who did not put me first.
Yeah, I, right.
The chat is weighing in with fuck
No, I
no.
thank you everybody. I really, honestly, I really appreciate it because like I am in love with this guy. Like I'm still in love with him. I still love him. I'm very disillusioned and I'm realizing now that Yanni, yeah, my brother, you just nuked the goddamn bridge. Yes. Like you have destroyed all the bridges. The bridges, the rail lines, the airport, the space shuttle, like it's all gone.
Right.
So
Well,
here's the thing,
Melissa's
y'all. I don't know that I have great boundaries. I have boundaries around this because I I wanted to make this relationship work so badly that I learned new boundaries. Like I learned how to be in an accommodating open relationship like this and it did work. Like here's the crazy thing. It was working
it totally
except for
was.
this Dana relationship extinction event thing, right?
I
Like
didn't coin that term. That must be a Dan Savage thing. I know I didn't coin it, but it's a really
it's
good turn of phrase.
it's it's so good. It's so appropriate. It's like
Yes.
literally like, kind of like an asteroid hitting the planet out of nowhere. Like, yeah, like it comes out of nowhere. And, and he said to me something along the lines of like, I wasn't expecting to have to choose, something like this. And I was like, bro, like life happens. Like
Right.
in life, sometimes you encounter an event that requires split second decision making and it requires you to like have your moral compass all squared up and ready to go so that you can run it through your personal rubric and figure out right choice versus wrong choice. And I'm
Right.
sorry, like I wasn't expecting this either, but
Right.
I'm incredibly clear about what happens. um
And I think you would have given him grace if his answer had been like, "Oh my God, I was not expecting this," and he just sort of froze and said, "I need some time. I'm not taking action in any direction right now. I just need to pause and consider these relationships in my life that are so important to me." You would have given him that space.
yeah,
But the
I
hookup was to be the next day, and he
right,
wasn't
right.
pausing that.
Yeah, the hookup was supposed to be on Friday, and there was no, no indication that that wasn't going to happen. Like we've all noted, like I don't know means of course I'm still going to do this. I just don't have the fucking balls to tell you that I'm going to do it.
Right.
Um,
Yanni's saying, because I guarantee if you let him get away with this, he was going to do something much worse. I- This kind of is the most worst for
right.
Lawrence.
I
I mean, other than like, harming his loved ones, that like this is there aren't that many things that Chad could have done that would be relationship extinction worthy. And this is kind of like I'm picturing when you're like those old timey like with the hammer and it hits the bell. This hit the bell.
right. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's but I think the point is a real one, right? Like this
Yeah.
is among the worst things that he could do, but it did illustrate to me that if he didn't understand the magnitude of this,
Right. He,
then basically the kind of mutual understanding that I thought we had wasn't correct. Like I had misassessed, right? Like I really thought we were on the same page, and my assessment of the situation was just massively wrong. And now I'm kind of going back and looking at it. I'm like, oh, he really is in a primary relationship with Brad. He is. Like
yeah,
he says that he isn't, but this is like the first guy, the first man that he really had a sustained sexual relationship with. And I know that Chad has a sensitive enough heart. I know that he loved me, but I think he loves Brad more. And I think if I had to bet, um, if I had to bet, I would bet that Chad hopes somewhere deep in his heart that Brad and Janet are going to get a divorce, and that then he and Brad can have their wolf pack, right? Like kind of what I came to realize was we had our wolf pack agreement, um, but it was made in bad faith because there was already a wolf pack that existed. It was him and Brad. And Chad, over the course of 2 years and all my visits to Seattle, there were multiple opportunities that I could have met Brad. And he always said that he didn't make it happen because he didn't want to share me. Um, and now I really wonder if he was worried that I would have seen the intensity of the relationship or the connection that he had with Brad.
yeah, I know that's been a lot of the language that I've heard from you since this of like I wasn't number one. He was number one. And obviously I don't know Chad's heart and I don't know, but what I said to you in private that I'll repeat again now is I think Chad's dick is number one.
Yeah,
And his newfound sense of being able to stick said dick wherever he wants,
right.
and you got in the way of that. And
Yeah,
I think he is a baby gay, so to speak. Am I allowed to say that? Is that okay?
yeah,
I don't know if that's
yeah. No, it's
appropriating
true.
language, but he's a baby gay, and um, I think Karen put in the chat he's gonna regret this, and I think that is probably true. I think he may already regret it. Um, and I don't know where to go from there. I sometimes give people too much rope of like, oh, you know, there aren't that many people. I'm going to speak in I words, but this is true for you as well. Like when you're you or you're me, there aren't that many people out there that you are capable of feeling this way about.
Yeah.
And you do have 2 years of history, and you are filling in blanks on this split level decision. And do you want to give some space for him? I don't know. I would be curious to hear from the chat on this one. um I don't
Folks
I
are saying like he made the wrong choice. He's gonna regret it. He'll never find someone better than me. Thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate that. It really helps to hear that, because I am really devastated. You have probably seen it in my affect for the last 2 weeks that I'm not the same. I am not
Yeah,
quite my usual self, because I really truly loved this person and thought that there was a potential future there, and losing it out of the blue in such a betrayal way. Yeah, you're right. I don't think I could go back and feel emotionally safe. Now that I've kind of looked back, with the the wisdom of this moment, and realized that Brad is really the primary partner. Um, uh, because let's face it, if it came down to choosing what was best for me or best for Brad, he chose what was best for Brad, and as Dana wisely pointed out, what was best for his dick.
he chose what was best for his dick.
Yeah,
And Br- Brad is, well, he has a longevity advantage, and he has a geographic advantage. He's here
Right.
and you are not.
I
And
hate to
he
be really crass. He also has a massive financial advantage. Brad
is
is
a
not
huge, yes.
poor. Um, and I don't want to think that Chad is the kind of person. He would insist, I think, that he is not the kind of person that that would matter to, but
It probably remembers a little
I think it
bit.
kind of does.
I think it kind of might too. I,
All I want is
it,
a team, guys. Like I want a dude who can be my fucking teammate. I want the Alexander to my Hephaestion. I don't even fucking need to be Alexander. Like
he can be Alexander,
I
and
could be Alexander in search of a Hephaestion or Hephaestion in search of my Alexander. I, I just want a fucking team. I want a teammate. I want a person who I know with certainty will put me first. Like we don't have to be monogamous. We don't have to be exclusive. Like I want somebody that I could be adventuresome with. But Jesus fucking Christ.
I always call it a rock. Not that I want to be on a team, but that like I'm looking for the rock, like someone unshakable and who's just like right there. Mutually, we're right there for each other. And he was like, I don't want you to undo the last 2 years and be like, I was never number one. Um,
Yeah, I
I
mean, it's he did love me. I know that he loved me. I know, still probably
really,
he loves me. I'm sure that he's grieving, right? I'm not sure that he
yes.
understands why he's grieving. I think he is going to get to a point at somewhere in the future, maybe the near future. Not that I'm counting on this or hoping for. I mean, I guess I'm kind of hoping for it, but I think he will get to a point where he'll be like, "Oh my God, I picked the wrong one, or I made the wrong choice."
Yes,
You
because
know?
ultimately, I don't know that Brad is leaving the security of his home and his marriage. And I don't know that Janet is going to be so keen to learn that her husband is actually probably more gay than straight from what you've told me. Um, I, um, we've talked about this too of like, it's going to be so obvious if they did actually hook up or if they do actually hook up to Janet when
Right.
she watches her husband of multiple decades, I think,
Mm-hmm.
with their friend of many years,
Right. Have a
Uncle Chad, come
right
over and be like, you guys are really good at this. Like
together.
together.
Yeah.
I can't fathom the betrayal. Like for as much of a betrayal as this feels like for you, this was an out in the open betrayal. You have been privy to every part of everything. Her whole foundation is a fucking lie and a betrayal. Like her home, her family, her financial security, all of it. I mean,
Yeah.
she's not reliant on him. But like, doesn't change the fact that them asking to have a hookup, like, I'm sorry, these are dumb boys, Lawrence. There is
Honestly.
no woman in the world, I don't think, who could watch if they've been lovers for like 7 years now. They gotta be good at this and very familiar. And I mean, maybe she's so naive that she's gonna be like, I guess men are just natural together. But I doubt it. I doubt it.
Yeah.
I think she's going to watch them and be like, my God, I thought this was going to be about you two on me. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry, I didn't mean to dig so deep into that
No. I
reality.
really I I fucking love this chat. I love the community that we've got here, and I really appreciate you all hanging out and basically listening to me unburden my heart and kind of uh and sorry, Dana, we ended up taking the entire hour talking about my thing.
I was kind of hoping that that would happen, Lawrence, because I think that you needed to burden this. I feel like you've been kind of blocked because you have to show up and be like, welcome to the Daily Whatever Show.
I mean, it's
I'm
true.
Lawrence and I'm
Right.
happy to be here.
Yeah, my
And
brand is
now,
that I'm happy and I have a big laugh and I kind of look like Santa Claus, except right now I'm dying inside.
I'm sorry, that was funny. Not what you said, but it was good. So I hope that you feel that now you know, for the as long as you need to, if you want to show up and just be like, y'all, I miss Chad. I'm having a hard fucking day. People are going to be like, well, yeah, I get it. Um,
Yeah,
and my story, maybe another day.
another day.
Maybe another day when my kids aren't here.
Yeah, when your kids aren't there. You're right. Yeah,
Perhaps we'll
yeah. Oh, Courtney's dropping. Bye, Courtney.
bye.
Patricia, thank you so much. Honestly, you guys, thank you, chat. You know, I do have a team. It's Dana and it's Shar and it's you guys. And
Team
um,
Wolfpack.
yeah, I'm really, really grateful for that. So thank you for listening to me unburden my heart. And
Yeah,
if you've noticed that I've been a little off for the last 2 weeks, now you know why.
right.
I'm
Send up all the
processing a
hearts for
pretty,
Lawrence. I'm sending you lots of hearts right now. Everybody click the heart for Lawrence so he sees just like
thank
a
you.
deluge of red little hearts flying up. Oh, everybody's saying we love you. We
Thank
do,
you,
Lawrence.
everybody.
And I I wish I could fix it. I'm tempted to go, you know, show up at his apartment and be like, what is your what are you doing?
Right.
You had the king. You
Yep.
had the heart of the king, sir.
Not anymore. Or, I mean, I don't know. He probably still does. If he showed up now and was super contrite and actually showed that he understood the magnitude of the betrayal, probably I'd
That's
take him
the key,
back.
isn't it? It's the
It,
being seen.
yeah, no, it is
It's the
about being
idea.
seen. And I think that's part of why it hurts so bad. I know we're over
Yes.
and we should wrap up, but
It's okay. Take a
the
few extra minutes. I was late. I mean,
the yeah, the key of it is with him, I felt very seen in a lot of very crucial ways. And so to be so have him be so blind to why this is such a big deal, um, you know, I yeah, it like just a deal breaker, relationship extinction event. Yep.
yeah. As we're talking, Lucy, were just saying that I'm like, I had been assuming that when he called and was like, guess what? We're finally having that three-way we've always been wanting to have. Do you think any part of him was like, Lawrence might not like this? Or do you think he was just coming in like he usually is? Like, can't wait to tell you about it later,
Yeah.
dick waving in the wind. Like,
Yeah,
which one do you think it
I
was?
I I don't think yeah, I don't know how, but I think he never put together like I know he knew, obviously, he knew of my previous situation with Janet. I don't know how it didn't process for him that that would not be okay. Like,
Right. Yeah.
yeah,
I I don't know. I don't know either. I mean, only Chad knows that.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Stuart Cohen says, "Who's Chad?" Oh, Stuart, I think you joined late. And unfortunately, we've got to wrap up here.
we'll post the
Because
recap. Chad's the now ex who broke Lawrence's
Chad is
heart.
my
Who
now
are
ex who broke my heart. And yeah,
Yeah, they're
um,
saying there's always a time period when you're willing to take someone back. And Yanni saying back, oh God, Lefty, so true. I hate that period no matter what heinous shit someone did. You're right. There's still that period of did I overreact?
I did
I
block
have,
him for 8 days. Like I
yeah,
knew that I was susceptible. I blocked him. I unblocked him, and kind of every day I'm hoping to see a message or a phone call. But yeah, I don't know that it would change anything. I think it would just sort of reconfirm. Like I said, it would take a lot of contrition and explanation and demonstration
yeah.
of understanding, and I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Yes. Like I said to Lawrence, because he was blocked for 8 days, I was like, I will only say this little bit about my story was I blocked him immediately, and I also told him I'm blocking you because I never wanted to have that period of wondering of like, I wonder if he tried to contact me. But I did leave the door open of like, if you want to find me, you're going to need to work harder. And 2+ months later, there's still a part of me that's like, yeah, he's going to show up with flowers on my doorstep, even as I know that will never, ever happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the window. I don't know how long that window lasts. I think it's different with everyone, and I suspect this. I don't know what that sound is. That will probably go on for a while. But I'm sending you hugs, as always. I hope this conversation has made you feel better. Oh my God, Jessica B, are you trying to make
Oh my God,
Lawrence cry by
seriously.
naming that song?
Yeah.
Lover, you should have come over. Oh my God, you're going
That
full Jeff Buckley on us.
seriously, that song will now I have to go listen to it, and I guarantee it will absolutely shatter me because it always does.
Yeah, holding the line has some good advice here. Suggestion: try visualizing putting your broken energy on a shelf for maybe 10 minutes today, or even 5 minutes, and see if that helps yourself. Your heart deserves a minute to re-expand. Good vibes being sent your way. I've never thought about that. About being like, it's still mine, it's still broken, but for a minute, I need to put it over here. It's gonna come right back, but I'm freeing myself from that for a few minutes. That's kind of,
Yeah,
I,
thank you.
I
That's
like that
really,
visualization.
yep, yep. And Yana, you're right. Yeah, I need to, I need to get it out. Doing this today was a great way of getting it out, writing that letter yesterday. And I still haven't really broken down and cried. I know that's yet to come. Um, yeah,
One final question, Lawrence. Do you
I'm,
think he's
I'm
gonna
hearing,
listen?
Free to Be, It's All Right to Cry in my head.
No. My final question for you, Lawrence, is: do you think he's gonna listen to this? Is he gonna go back and watch this?
I have no idea. Honestly, I could imagine him being in a place now where he like has purged all thought of me as much as possible. I think that he is prone to
Yeah.
depression and kind of recurring thoughts, and so I could imagine him. I could imagine him being devastated. I could imagine him, you know, uh, fucking everybody under this. Like I've said this before, he's a big dick top in Seattle, who's willing to put his dick into anybody. Like there's no shortage of opportunities for him to fuck. He
Yeah.
could be keeping himself occupied by fucking everybody under the sun in, the
Yeah.
3 county area in Seattle right now. So,
Yeah. I think that both of those things are probably true. I wouldn't want to lose you, Lawrence. So I'm sure he's
thank you.
devastated, and he's also consoling himself. As mentioned, I do have to say, Karen just said beaches always makes me cry talking about movies. A slight tangent, but Lawrence and I saw Beaches in the movie theater way
Right.
back in the day,
Way
having
back in the
no
day.
idea what it was really about. We were just like, it's like a rom-commy something. We were expecting a really light movie, and we were both like in shreds on the floor by the end of it. And I'm angry that my emotions got played like that when we were like
Right.
yeah, that was not a good one to go into not knowing
Yes.
what was coming.
Well,
Um,
all of you are my heroes. The wind beneath my wings.
oh, Lawrence, the biggest humble brag song ever. Did you ever know you're my hero? Because you elevate me. You make me
Heather
famous.
says, I stumbled into this listening and appreciate the realness and heart. You're exquisite. Thank you, Heather. That's really sweet.
Oh, are
Yeah,
exquisite,
I'm
Lawrence.
imagining for people who aren't familiar with us kind of stumbling, like this being their first show, they must be like, what the actual fuck am I listening to?
Right. We've been best friends for 47 years. It's okay.
Right.
Some shows we mostly talk about political and cultural issues, but some shows we just got to get real.
Yeah,
And that's what this is.
this was one of those. All right, we're
This
11 minutes after. It's 11:11. Everybody make a wish.
Oh,
Let
okay.
Have a happy day. Thank you so much for
We
listening to
love you
me.
all,
I
mean it, and
really
especially you,
sincerely love
Lawrence.
everybody. Mwah, mwah.
Bye
Love you
all.
guys. Bye.